Ziggity Zig, back with more Tales from the Ladder! This is a game sent to me by tapetalKarma is going up against HijackTurtle, and the funny thing is that this does not seem to be a Tale from the Ladder, because these are orange and green. They are not blue and red. So it is a friendly game between tapetalKarma. He just said this was kind of a game that he's excited, or he's, I can't even remember the description of this one. It came in a few days ago, but there we go with the have fun, so maybe not quite the good luck, Does that mean there's a little bit of bad blood? No, usually when you say have fun like that, you often don't bother with the good luck, have fun. You don't quite go as far as UCMOP with the die in a fire, DT's incoming, or however he says it. Sometimes he says good luck, have fun, DT's incoming, but with just a basic have fun, that's sort of telling you that, oh yeah, let's have a fun game, And they're not really doing the whole good luck part. But the EPM does seem to be, it's very much on par, so I'm not too worried about things like that. And Tapetal going here with a pretty standard. It's probably going to be a 1-gate expand, 1 gate here at the second base, and then he's going to peek around and see where he's moving to, and actually did really well. So his first scout, and in fact the first scout for HijackTurtle, love that name by the way, is also directly on point, but it's going to get there just a little bit slower. So tapetalKarma is going to see his opponent's base momentarily, whereas HijackTurtle does not quite know where his opponent is. So tapetalKarma is, boom, we are at our first advantage. Does he see anything? Well, he looks around, tries to see something, does not see, doesn't check behind here for the spawning pool, so really, Tapetal, you could have just got boned by an early pool. Luckily, Tapetal did not get boned by an early pool, so now he's just going to move some drones around. You got one going at the other one, and oh my, Tapetal is all over this one, so follows this drone on his way out and realizes that if he blocks that second base, then this, or the first expansion, also known as the natural, then this third base, also known as the second expansion, what's fun, cancels out that pylon. Is now wondering, yeah, and that's going to stay out of range for just a few minutes, getting the first, is there a building on his way down, and he does go for the forge. So Tapetal is trying to go for a little bit of a cannon stoppage, and the thing is that pylon will be done very, very, very quick, and HijackTurtle is not even aware that anything is going on in the middle there. The spawning pool is only about a third of the way done. This will not even spot that cannon. In fact, this cannon... Oh no, it's another pylon. He's locked himself in. He's done the old I have locked myself in play. But now Tapetal is pretty much in full charge of what's going on. HijackTurtle has moved down, and I think HijackTurtle still does not see what the tech is, but any moment now this is going to finish, and these cannons are probably going to finish at the exact same time. In fact, this cannon here might be in range, or I think it's just going to be in range of... No, and there is HijackTurtle just learning just too late that this base is in a lot of trouble. Now, the problem here with tapetalKarma is that there's a second base on the way, but luckily, it was with a Forge FE, then Tapetal is pretty much in charge of things here. There's 6 Zerglings on the way, which Tapetal is going to be pretty much ready for that kind of reconstituted. No, that's not the word. What's the word when you take revenge upon someone? You're it's never gonna come in anyway. But here come these revenge. There it is. A little bit reconstituted. I have no idea what I'm talking about here. So these Zerglings are going to skip out on that entirely. The Zerglings did not really do much damage to that photon cannon either. So that base is probably not going to happen anytime soon. So now it's a 2-base with pretty solid... I was about to say this wall is doing quite well, but Tapetal did not put anything there in the wall just yet, and the Zealot is not quite ready because the... Oh dear, yep. The gateway was not quite done, and I think actually... Oh, that was a bad move by HijackTurtle. He is going to get totally shot up here by this photon cannon, who even retains its health, and all it needs to do is just get a little bit more in... Oh, and there's a Cybernex core, so really, again, HijackTurtle could run up and go right in behind everything and not have to deal with this photon cannon at all. Just go around it. That was the main problem, but that is a big enough gap. That is too big of a gap for one Zealot to handle. But this Zealot on his way in here, that cannon will fall, but this Zealot, if he can get himself back up, loses like 2 probes just there, but only 2 Zerglings survive, and now you can see on the minimap, HijackTurtle is actually moving in a couple more units. Not all that many, mind you, it's just there's, how many, yeah, 4 Zerglings right now on the map for HijackTurtle, and, yeah, so tapetalKarma managed to stay on top of that. He does have 24 Harvesters over 13, so now, there we go. Tapetal finally got kind of smart there and realized to put a pylon to block that, and eventually he'll have to blow something up, possibly a gateway or maybe this top pylon or something like that, but he just needs to stem the flow there. And here's the big problem, is this little hatch of units, and really, I think attacking this pylon right now would be the best idea for Tapetal, because the next thing he can do, he can actually come around here if he can get within the base, and he could get up the hill and he start encroaching a cannon rush from this direction. Going on a cannon rush up against the Zerg is kind of tricky because of course you can't build cannons or pylons on 3. Here comes another attempt by these Zerglings, and now they are now speedlings. It's only because one cannon, so I think that's going to do quite a bit of damage here. This one zealot is going to actually stay right where he is, because why not? Oh, I see what he's going to do here. He's going to try to build some more, and then he's going to get... Yep, there we go. So he builds another pylon, and it sticks the zealot just there in the corner, and that is a whole lot of units killed. Oh yeah, 28 for Tapetal on that one. The EPM is still in Tapetal's favor, but there is Warp Gate on its way in. Double Stargate because he's realized that he's blocked in, so, you know, why not? That way you don't need to destroy anything. Having a little bit of a squid conference over here in the middle of the map are these guys. And, oh, speaking of squid conference, this squid tries to move its way over, and despite the fact that HijackTurtle, this is the one thing that he is absolutely sure of is right here, is tapetalKarma's little cannon fodder base, so he decides, hey, you know what, I should definitely fly right over top of that with nothing that can defend itself or move very quickly. Warp Gate is all the way through, and we're into 2 Void Rays at the same time. There's Hive. Actually, no, that's Lair all the way in just now, so I guess we'll see. Yeah, Lair first, Hive second. I knew these. I know these things. Kind of a slow game going on over here on HijackTurtle's side of things. tapetalKarma is just kind of boosting his pretty heavy units out at the moment, and Void Rays are definitely good when you're going up against Roach, but I don't think the Roach Warren is even down yet. In fact, all we do have, and all we do know about right now, are Speedlings, and just the army supply on the board is pretty darn low. What did I say for the EPM? 32. So it's as though tapetalKarma is going up against, well, me on a really, really slow day. So it's just going to be full-on, yay, YOLO, Void Rays, let's go. Ninja Turtles away. That's tapetalKarma's catchphrase. Don't let him tell you otherwise. Now we're gonna hit up our first Warp Gate. Start getting in a few units, but mostly Tapetal is just kind of in a defensive mode right now, despite the fact that he probably could have maybe one more cannon right about there, and then start working on some more tech. There we are. So we got three gates on the way. Nothing in behind, because if you knew what you were up against, you'd probably start worrying about Mutalisks at this point. There come 4 Hydras, so that kind of tells you what's going on. It's going to be melee attacks, but tapetalKarma knowing exactly where the main base is of HijackTurtle is he's just going to hop directly up here, bringing the Mothership Core for a little bit of extra damage and the possibility of recalling, because if you come in here and you start worrying about the health of your 4 Void Rays, what better than to beam them back home immediately in the manner of Captain Picard getting all of his Rikers all at once. Oh, a little bit of focus fire maybe down here on this Queen, as they are doing a fair amount of damage to the Mothership Core, but does take out the Lair with no other damage, so just needs to remake another Lair. 2 more Void Rays on their way out onto the field, and there's some Stalkers and just a number... no, any forward units? No, still just developing things back here at the base. Kind of interested in making a 3rd base, apparently, is tapetalKarma. There it goes, and moves the Void Rays back. So the only thing he really lost there was a Mothership Core, and really, for 100, that's not the worst thing to happen, other than the fact that Tapetal is not making another one. Oh my god, I just realized they're both in the same clan, IDGI. How long has Griff been screaming? Well, you can tell. Griff has been screaming at me for 12 minutes and 38 seconds, because this is obviously a practice match between clanmates. I knew that. I didn't know that. I don't know anything. If you take all the amassed intelligence that human beings have ever come up with and then get rid of it, that's what I know. What I do know is that these Hydras did get finally through this little 2-cannon base, and now these Speedling Hydras are moving across the field, but I think these Hydras are still a little bit slow, but I think Hydra speed is on the way? No? Are we at 2-2 yet? Oh man, 1-0. What happened there? I thought they were... Oh yeah, 1-1. Okay, so he did get... You're right, it was the melees. Oh dear, gets slightly got out of position just there. Definitely not near enough units. That is... Ouch. That kind of hurt to watch. It's a whole lot of exploding Zerg. And meanwhile, oh, he's bringing in 3 more Hydralisks. You know what? These 3, yeah, they said, hey, we just kind of lost contact with all the guys in the front base. So why don't we just head back home, maybe? Develop some more guys? What do you think? A little bit of that? There is, yeah, Lair is on the way again. There's apparently another hatchery. Oh, okay, he went up to that one. That's cool. Meantime, we've got a little bit of creep spread on the way. The Overlord and creep spread is doing pretty well, but the problem is that Tapetal definitely has this game in hand for income. He's moving into 3 bases. He's just got all the income coming in at the same time. So I think what happened is HijackTurtle with the low EPM just forgot to keep up with the economy. Oh, there's a huge droning right there. So that's really going to help once they hatch. 1, 2, 3. So we're on 26 harvesters. Just in a few seconds, that's going to pop right up. 36 harvesters. Yay! I can count. Eventually, when I'm not being looked at, stared at, or heavily petted. Your math is hard when you're being heavily petted. Ask me about my final math exams. Don't actually ask me about my final exams. It's a popular story. So, tapetalKarma is slowly making his way up through everything. And oh, he's coming up against the giant army of HijackTurtle. The 3 Hydralisk army is about to be... No, they're dead. So, the army of tapetalKarma, mostly air, is moving its way up towards this middle base, because I think at this point, tapetalKarma, no, still not all that much of a scout. So doesn't really know what he's up against. He's just kind of confident that he hasn't seen all that much of an army, so really could be coming up against a lot of mutalisks right now. And I don't know if mutalisks, or maybe possibly would be able to do anything about that. There's the force field along the bottom of the ramp, or any other speed link, maybe Hydralisk coming down. It's a fast destruction of that base just there. And what does he do? He breaks off one void ray to go over and see what's going on up here at the turn. Meantime, he knows where all of the other buildings are, and most of the tech is going to be up this hill and split them up. Yeah, you gotta back it up. That's my day, Dr. Goo. And HijackTurtle was an interesting little quick game of tapetalKarma completely wrecking someone's day. And with such a cute name like HijackTurtle, why you gotta be so mean? Well, leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter @ziggityzig. If you've got an interesting SC2 replay that you want to send in for Tales from the Ladder, then you can send it in to me via email or send me a link in any way, shape, or form. Oh, stay tuned.